Hi guys, it's me, the Black Teacher. Yeah, today I want to talk about working in China. So many people have been asking, how can I get to China to work? Um, what's the process? What's the procedure? Yes, it's possible for foreigners to live and work in China. I am a foreigner and I am living and working in China. Yeah. Um, the most important thing that you should know is that for you to be able to legally work in China, you need to have what they call a work permit. Okay, and here's how it works. So apparently in China, you cannot apply for a work permit on your own. Meaning, if you're a foreigner and you want to work in China, you cannot apply for a work permit on your own. So it is a willing employer or somebody who is willing to employ you who applies for a work permit on your behalf. So that's the trick, meaning that you cannot come to China to work before you find somebody willing to employ you. You get me? Yeah. So, for example, you are a teacher, right? That's the most common job that people do in China. You are a teacher, an educator, and you're looking to work in China. So you find a recruiter, it might be an agent or a school that's willing to employ you. And that school will give you their requirements. And if you meet their requirements, they will interview you. And you pass the interview, they are willing to employ you, right? Yeah, so they will ask you for all the documents, the necessary documents, in order for them to apply for a work permit for you. So they offer you a job, you submit all your documents, they give you a contract, and then they will take all those materials and go to apply for a work permit for you. Okay? So once you get the work permit, it's a card, sort of. Once you get this work permit, then you go to apply for a visa. That's a Z visa. That's the work visa. Once you get that in your passport, then you go to rent an apartment. So if you're renting an apartment, wherever you're living, you're going to register with the police there, and that's where you get your resident permit. So you have these three things: your work permit, your visa, and your resident permit. So the key is you are in your country, you want to come and work in China, you need to find a job first. Okay? So when you find a job and the employer is willing to employ you, you do the interview, you do all the necessary procedures, then you can buy your ticket to come to China. So if the employer has offered you the job and everything, you take that document, you go to your country, Chinese embassy, you apply for a visa, an entry visa into China. So you show them, I have a job, I'm going to work there. So they'll give you a visa. It's normally 30 days entry visa. So you enter China, you go to the place where you're supposed to work. Once you arrive there, within 15 days, they will take you to go and apply for a work visa because you already have the work permit and everything. And then you smoothly find yourself working in China. Okay, so most of the jobs need a college degree. That's the minimum. You need if it's a class C, you need a bachelor's degree. If it's a class B, you need at least a master's degree or a PhD, right? And if it's class A, this is the special talent type of work visa. These are people who have rare talents or science in science fields or in national security or top talents like that. So you get type A visa. Most of these are people working in universities, very special programs that get the type A visa. Most of us work under the type B visa. Okay? Yeah. Now, before I finish, I should talk about what are the other options apart from working. So if you do not meet or if you can find a job but you still want to operate in China, you can invest. That's another channel that most people use. So you need to have a considerable amount of money in your bank and you register a company, you come to China, you register a company, and once you register your company, you meet all the requirements, then you are your own boss. So you go and apply for your own visa. You don't need anybody to apply for your own visa because now you own a company. Many people do this and they are doing trading exports kind of businesses where they source Chinese products and then sell them to their countries or to other countries. And this is another one of the most popular businesses that people are doing in China. So you get them in Shanghai, you get them in Guangzhou, you get them in Yiwu, you get them in Shenzhen. So they technically register companies and act like intermediaries between their countries and China, and they source Chinese products and then they sell them to their countries. I hope this information is helpful. I just wanted to get that out there because so many people ask me, because I post videos and I say that I'm working and living in China, and people ask me, how is it possible? Can I come there? So I hope you find this useful. Stay blessed. It's me, the Black Teacher.